Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to all the attendees. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shahli sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqa warzuqna ittiba'a wa arina al-batil batila warzuqna ijtinaba. O Allah, show us the truth as true and inspire us to follow it. Show us falsehood as falsehood and inspire us to abstain from it. We welcome you today in this session on behalf of ICNA Sisters Matrimonial Department. This department was created among many other departments that ICNA Sisters operate to achieve our goals to become relevant to society at large and deepen our roots in Muslim society. Our mission. Let's see our mission. Our mission is to facilitate and help the Muslim community at large to search for the compatible future spouses. It includes educating in the community how to choose a spouse and how to establish a good marriage relationship according to the Islamic values. Now today, when we all are living this pandemic era, it is more imperative to pay attention towards the psychological needs of other household members and your own, definitely. Because of the sudden shift of the lifestyle, that is continuous living in close proximity, and it's impacting our behavior. We all know that, right? So we chose this topic, and for this topic, we have a guest speaker. Let me introduce you to the guest speaker so you have an idea who is telling you all the things happening around us. Dr. Saima Sandhu. Dr. Saima Sandhu, she is an American-based psychologist with many years' experience providing consultation and therapeutic services. She is a proud alumnus of the University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, Pakistan, where she received her master's and ample degrees in genetics. She then pursued a master's degree in computer languages in preparation to move to the United States. Neither degrees brought the satisfaction she was seeking because she wanted to work with people to make a difference in their lives. She met a psychologist who changed her professional perspective, and she decided to pursue a degree in psychology. Dr. Sandhu earned her master's degree in psychology from New Jersey City University in U.S.A., New Jersey, U.S.A. and continued on to get her PhD in psychology. Her dissertation was on childhood sexual abuse and its impact on Pakistani women. This research gave her an opportunity to interact with professionals in Pakistan and also see the problems of Pakistani women up close. Dr. Saima's vast work experience and certifications have given her an opportunity to work at multiple levels to help people with mental health illness, as well as to create awareness of these issues around the world. The gaps she witnessed and the sufferings that she has seen in Pakistan and in other countries have created a passion in her to give back to the world. She does this by conducting seminars around the world, like we are going to have one talk from her today also, training other psychologists with new techniques from America. She receives certification and conducts trainings in Pakistan to equip mental health professionals with new techniques so they can start to practice them in Pakistan. Some of Dr. Sandhu's certifications are in eye movement, desensitizing processing technique, biofeedback, addiction counseling, cognitive behavior therapy, bipolar disorder, and PTSD. So with her so much experience and everything, we decided to invite her and talk to us about the things that's happening around us these days. And we all know the situation, how it's evolving around us. So inshallah, before I invite her, let me tell you how we will conduct this program, right? The sequence of the program. Once Dr. Saima's talk, I invite in a few minutes. Once her talk, we will also have a Q&A questions, because I'm sure after listening to the topic, you may have some questions to ask, and we will open the floor unmute the room for you to do the questions to her, and inshallah she will answer you. And so please just mind you that we will take one at a time, so like not too many people talking at a time, and we'll give this at least 25 minutes for her to answer your questions. So let's welcome, without further delay, Dr. Saima Sandhu to talk about our topic. It's never too late. Build, revive, and energize our relationships and commitments. Presented by ICNA Sisters Matrimonial Department. Dr. Saima, are you in the room?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. First of all, I'm thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me a chance to talk and to serve His community. He is the Almighty Allah, He's Rabb, He's Rahim, and He deserves all the praises because He's the only one who deserves all the praises. And I'm thankful to ICNA Sisters that they give me a chance to talk about today's problem, especially the most important relationship, the marital relationships. And today I'm going to talk about the marital conflict. And the topic is like, it's never too late. Most of the people, they understand that, but I'm going to talk. I wish if you can see the slides, but definitely we will provide the slides and some slides on my website. You guys can go and see it. In this way, it will help you to coordinate few things which I'm going to do in the lecture, definitely. The most important relationship in this world is the husband and wife. And everybody knows that because we have a knowledge about what the Quran is saying, what the Hadith is saying. The shaitan is the most happiest day for him is when he is like trying to destroy the husband-wife relationship. Because husband-wife relationship is the building block for each and everything. Unfortunately, in these days, I don't want to go in the statistics because it will take a long time to discuss how much we are suffering because of these conflicts. These are the building blocks. Not only our community, not only the Islamic community, all the other communities, they are feeling the need of that to resolve these problems because the society is going the direction where a lot of kids, a lot of next generation going towards addiction, going towards in a different type of addiction, including sex addiction, including drug addiction, so many things because of these conflicts. Because these conflicts only, it's not between husband and wife. It's not only between two people. It will go in generations, and it will go with the families, and it runs in the families. That's why it's very important for us to see what are the causes and why it is happening and what we can do. We have a very limited knowledge because Allah did not give us everything, and everybody who seems like that, a scholar in that, still they don't have the answer of these questions. But what we can do with the best of our knowledge, whatever I know, whatever like I try to make the research on that, and my dissertation also somewhat goes towards in that direction, that I can tell you, we can talk about that, and at the end, definitely you guys are going to ask me a question, and we will discuss about that. Initially, I'm going to tell you these problems, how it affects you, your family, and how it goes in the family. Years ago, years ago, we listened that most of the time, like we will read the hadith, and the people, they are talking and they are saying that, oh, the kids should be get married at the early stage. That's right. We should be. We should take care of them. Their sexual needs, their physical needs, their like emotional needs, everything is there. But right now, as a mental health professional, that's another dilemma which I can see, I can foresee, and which I can see it now. A lot of the kids, they are getting married very, very early stage, and they are getting divorced. Why? Why this is happening? Because of there are a lot of things. Kids are very emotional. They are not mature. There are two things. Kids should get married, then they can take the responsibility. Responsibility does not mean like only the financial responsibility, the maturity too. Sometimes girls are more mature as compared to the guys, and sometimes guys are more mature as compared to the girls. It is a strong relationship. It needs both sides maturity. But unfortunately, I can't see most of the clients who are coming to see me in my practice. What are the causes? Most of the people, they know what are the causes. Sometimes they feel like that it's my in-laws, it's my mother-in-law, it's my husband, he has this problem, he has this problem, he's going to suffer in this way, he's going to suffer in this way, he did this, he did, there's so many things. But as a psychologist, what I saw in my practice, it's like a few reasons. They are like a verbal abuse, sometimes physical abuse. The good thing is that I don't see a lot of physical abuse in these days, but definitely there is a physical abuse in America, and financial abuse. The couples, they are abusing each other. The women, right now, there's and other things happening in our society. The women, they don't want to get married because financially they are more stronger, they are making more money, and they are not relying on their husband. That's why they don't want to get married. This is another scenario of that thing. We are not going in the direction of that, but I'm just discussing that thing. I'm just telling you it is also a problem. Then the behavior. These are the causes. Now, what's the implication of these causes? Like it implies on our mental health, our physical health, and our family health. Our mental health, when you have a conflict, when you have a problem, when you are not understanding each other, definitely it's causing like a depression. And some women, especially the women, they are like having the eating disorder, and they are gaining weight and again and again and again, more and more and more. They will gain a lot of weight because of that stress, what is coming from their spouses. And they are not understanding that when they got married, they are very young, they are very smart, they are very slim. What happened all of a sudden? Definitely hormonal changes, but with that, a lot of stress. And they don't know how to address those stresses. Secondly, their physical health, this is both, it will go on the both ways, husband and the wife. The same thing with the mental health too. Some wives, they could get a problem for their husband. Physical health, the cardiac disease, chronic pain, all the time you will listen around you, the women, they are complaining, I have a headache, I have like like this problem. And I was reading one of the research, and it was about the cancer, and they said this abuse also can exaggerate the cancer problem. When you have in yourself, when you have in your body, because of these type of abuses, because of this type of relationship, your body doesn't have that hormone called the dopamine, and it produces more cortisol. Because of that, cancer can exaggerate. And the third thing is family health. Definitely, there's a poor parenting and conflict between the siblings. Poor parenting because I don't have a good relationship with my husband doesn't have a good relationship with the wife. They are like arguing with each other rather than they are paying attention to their kids. Most of the time, they don't.
Dr. Saima, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sisters are writing. They are not really able to hear clearly. So is there anything we can do? Can you please go a little slow and louder? We'll greatly appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we were talking about, I think everybody can hear me now? It's better?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, I was talking about the family health. It's affecting your poor parenting because you are not giving time to your kids. You are busy in your own problems. And when someone is occupied with so many problems, then they cannot perform well in any other direction. Even their parenting, in their offices, in the jobs, these are the problems. And the causes, there are the three types of things which I will try to discuss a little bit why these problems are coming. It's number one is gender, number two the personality, number three upbringing. Gender role, everybody knows that. Like the male dominant society, they feel like that males are they feel like that they should be dominant, and sometimes they feel like that they should be aggressive too. These two things will create more problems for them to negotiate with each other. And the females, they're supposed to be submissive, nurturing. Yes, Allah created those qualities in men and women, but in a different way. It's not like a dominant or aggressive. It's like they have to make the money, they have to bring the bread at home. And the woman is not submissive or nurturing. It's like in a good sense. They are like a motherly. Allah give that thing to the moms, to the female, that they can have that nurturing quality. It can help them to raise their kids and the family too. Second thing which can cause a problem is the developmental experiences. This is very important. Most of the people, the stereotyping, a lot of people, they know that. But the upbringing, developmental experience, they don't know. Because I am grown in the family, my father was very authoritative. He all the time, his way is highway. My brothers, they are raised in that way. They will deal with their wife in the same way. And the same thing with me, because I saw my mom very submissive, very down to earth. She doesn't have a say. I will react in the same way with my kids. That's one major reason. The second reason is self-orientation. Experience that thought like them, to themselves, they get that their needs to be met. Avoidant attachment, the parents, they have avoidant personality. They don't like, they are shy. They will create that thing in their kids. And after that, if it comes in the kids, they cannot communicate their wife or their husband properly because of this self-orientation. And then the other thing, others orientation. In this, the people, they have that experience, they taught in a specific way, and they are bringing that specific way, and they are dealing with other people, and they feel like that whatever the issues they have, they are right because they are raised in that way. You know that sometimes people, they think like, my way is right way, my values are right values, because they are not lying, but they are relying on the neurotransmitter, which is written, the story is written in their neurotransmitter in their brain, and they are applying the same story in their home. They are making a new family, new home, but they are bringing everything back from home, not from Pakistan, not from India, whatever they are raising. Strategies here in America too. You will see a different type of people living in America for 2-3 generations, but they have the different values. They have the different upbringing. They have different type of attachment issues. That's very important for us to understand. And thirdly is personality. I am not going to in the detail of different type of personalities because it will be a little difficult for you to understand, but let me tell you type 1 and type 2 personalities. I will call type 1 personality is outgoing, competitive, driven, ambitious, aggressive, impatient, confident. Type B personality is reflective, laid back, tolerant, cooperative, and accommodative. Then these two personalities, if the husband has an A and wife has a B, then what will happen? The husband is very outgoing. He wants to go out. He wants to do something in life. He wants to do the business. But the wife, she's very submissive. Submissive, not in a sense where she feels like a very nice, because she doesn't want to. She's not cooperative. She is like cooperative in her sense because she feels like that. She has to do these responsibilities more than that. She doesn't want to do other responsibilities. In the same way, if a wife is very aggressive, she's competitive, she's driven, she's ambitious, and she wants to do something in her life, not only making the money. I'm not talking only making the money. Some wives want to have like that energy. They want to do something for like their being. They want to do
Dr.
something
Saima,
for their business. Yes.
your voice is not really very clear.
Mm-hmm.
And the sisters are asking if you can go a little bit slower.
Okay, I'll try. Let me try.
I think is your speakerphone on? Is the speaker on? Can you just?
Yes.
Yeah, can you just turn it off and?
Okay, just give me a second. Let me bring the headphones. Okay, let me take the headphones. Just give me a second.
Jazakallah khair, sisters, for your patience. She'll be right back, inshallah.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, this is better. I hope it works this way, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Yes. Dr. Saima, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay. Can I start?
This sounds better, inshallah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. May Allah help us.
Anything we can.
Yeah.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Allah, please help us for this lecture, because I wanted to tell you what are the problems and how we can solve it. And I think Shaitan doesn't want it, and he's trying to interrupt again and again. Anyhow, I will try my best. Okay, we were talking about the different types of things which is like causing a problem between the relationship. I'm talking about the marital relationship, but excuse me, can you mute it? Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Because there's an interruption in that.
Okay, no, the room is muted, inshallah.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about the marital relationships. These, whatever we are going to talk today, it's not only for the marital relationship. It will also help you for the other relationships. Relationship with your sibling, relationship with your kids, relationship with your boss, at your job, with your friends, everything. Because we are human beings, we have the static needs which goes towards all the direction of the relationship. Let me go to the next slide, because I want to talk about what should be the relationship goals. Balance. Allah create everything in homeostasis. You will not see in all his ayahs, in all Quran, in all hadith, one thing is very common. It calls like a homeostasis, the balance, mizan. Allah talk about the mizan all the time. If there's no mizan, if there's no balance, then definitely the problems are coming. What we need to do in the relationship, there are like 5 things which we need to take care of that. We call it the equitable distribution. Number 1, needs. Number 2, validity. Number 3, respect. Number 4, opinions. Number 5, credibility. Needs, it's very important for us to know all the time. If one person is giving, other person is taking, that at that time, everybody as a human being, we have our need. If it's not fulfilled, definitely the homeostasis will be disturbed and the problem will be created. Second thing is validity. Validity is that I am a human being, I have my emotion, I have my thing, I want to validate myself. If I'm a good cook, if I'm trying to be good cook, if I'm not a good cook, still validate me, I work so hard. If I'm a housewife, staying at home, I'm taking care of your kids, please validate me. And the same thing with the husband. If they are coming outside, they are making money, they are bringing the bread, and they are not ready to listen to your complaints at that time, please validate them. This is very important, because as a human being, we need to be validated. Third thing is respect. It should be like a mutual. Some people think only husband needs or men needs the respect. Yeah, I will say in psychology, vice versa. Yes, women are very emotional, but they also need the respect. Husband should respect wife, and wife should give the respect to the husband. If husband is like having like anger management, these type of problems, if initially wives try to understand them and then talk to them, then definitely with the respectful way, they will listen. In the same way, if husband is very cool-minded and wife is very like, oh my God, outburst, and she gives so many like trauma tantrums. If husband is like, you can say, if he has that quality of the coolness, he has a quality, the calmness, then he definitely by giving the respect, he can communicate his point of view, what he wants to do in that. The fourth is opinions. That's very important for us to know. As a human being, we have opinions. We are opinionated people, but it doesn't mean like that we should impose our opinion. We should talk, again, with the respectable way. We can tell, and there should be like for both of them. Sometimes I see in my cases, husbands are not allowed to have the opinion. It's not only the wife. I see a lot of cases, and sometimes wives, they are not allowed to have the opinions. When I'm using the word allow, it means not at all. If they will say a single small thing, then a lot of big problems will come at home. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, husband, everybody will create a problem if women start giving the opinion. And the same thing, if the husband start giving the opinion and woman is very dominating, the problem will come all over around, because then your sister-in-law, your mother-in-law, everybody will involve in that, and they will not allow you to have your opinion. But as a human being, we should be mutual in that. The fifth thing is the credibility. That's very important. The husband need to be credible with his wife. Most of the time, problems come if husband one time he did something wrong. Wives are all the time like blaming them for doing that thing wrong. Maybe he lied because of his mom. Maybe he's lied because he did not want having the dispute between wife and the mom or the sister. Or maybe he did something else. I don't want to go into the detail of that, but wife thinks that he lost his credibility. And the same thing with the wife. Husband thinks if wife did a little small thing, and if she lie a little bit to just make the homeostasis at the home, and husband found it the rest of the life, he feels like that she lost her credibility. Yes, it's important for us to keep the credibility, but we should give the other people a chance. We are a human being. We can make a mistake, but definitely our base is there. Our values is there. We are not the cheaters. We are not the liars. Sometimes here and there we make the accommodation. In psychology, we call it accommodation. And people, they think it's a lying. And also in Islam, I was listening one of the lecture, and the sheikh, he was talking, husband and wife, they can lie in between the lines. And if you are making the peace between two people, you can lie in between the lines. But I saw a lot of cases where the husband is blaming the wife, oh, she's a liar, and wife is blaming the husband. He lied because of some reason, because he didn't want to disrupt his homeostasis. Then I make a very beautiful slide. Definitely you guys cannot see it. I just want it, if I can explain it in that way, you guys can understand and you can apply in your life. Like make it like 10 to 100. 10 is minimum, 100 is maximum. That's the giving and taking relationship. That's a very important. If you will understand that graph, it will help you to create the balance in your life, and you will have a better life. Number one is like that. If you are 10, some person is in relationship, either it can be wife or husband. They are giving like a 20% and taking 80%. It means they are taking, wife has to do each and everything. She has to cook, she has to make money, she has to take care of your children, she has to do everything. But husband doesn't want to give anything. Husband is only giving 20% and wife is only taking 20%. What will happen with the passage of time? Initially, everything, because she is like have a good values. She wants to stay with her husband. She loves her husband. She loves her kids. But what she wanted to do, she wanted to like speak sometimes about herself. She wants to take a breath. But she is not allowed because husband wants to take the 80%. That's an imbalance in that relationship. Same thing if a wife is taking like a 80% and giving only 20%, again, there will be like there's no homeostasis. There's no balance in the relationship. And you will see a lot of couples, they are going to be separated at a very old age because they are done. When they feel like that, initially they have a relationship, they are going together because of the kids, because of the culture, because of so many other things. But when they came in America, they feel like that, they have that opportunity, they don't like each other, and you will see back home. Her father is living with somebody else, with a daughter or with a son, and mom is living with the other kids. Why? Because they don't have that relationship. They did not create the balance in the relationship at that time. Extreme of one, if anybody is like a 20%, 10% goes towards the codependency, and the 100% goes towards the narcissism. Narcissistic people are those who think only their way is right way. They want to take 90%. They want to take your last breath. They want to take everything. Not only they want to take, they want to get the approval from you that you should say they are the best husband, they are the best wife. Most of the time, I see in our culture, most of the time it's a man. I'm not saying that all the time. But most of the time, narcissism is the biggest problem, and we give the training for the people, for the wife, for the husband, if they are living with a narcissistic personality disorder. These type of the people, they are like They don't want to listen to your opinion. They don't want to give you the credibility. They don't want to feel your needs. They don't want to respect you. At that time, when this type of couple is made, there are different reasons. They like each other. They love each other. Initially, everything was okay. But when they got married, all of a sudden, the wife thinks like, oh, my God, my husband is having narcissistic personality disorder because he has all those qualities which I just discussed about that. But the wife become like a codependent. This is like an imbalance. You should come at the healthy range where it will go 50-50. 50-50, everybody should think, husband should think, and wife should think. And you should make a plan for that. If in your relationships, somebody is giving 20 and taking 18, they should think it, and vice versa. And you should come at the homeostasis where you can have 50-50. Yes, you can have 60-40. Sometimes you have like a 65-35, but it's all the time there needs to be a healthy range. Healthy range comes between 40 to 60, and it can vary a little bit. But please try to understand, if you are codependent, you are raising a kid, you are making a family which is not healthy at all, psychologically, emotionally, financially even. And if you are having a narcissism, you cannot imagine what you are going to do it, because you feel like that you are the best, your family is the best, your values are the best, you know how to do it, you don't want to listen to anyone. On the top of that, you want the other people should appreciate you and approve you, you are a best person. Unfortunately, you are not, but you want it in that way. If somebody will not do it in that way, what you will do? You will, oh my God, you will create a lot of mess at home. That's very important for you to understand. What are the healthy relationships? I was talking about the homeostasis. There should be like an interdependence. It's not like that one person should do something. Again, it should be like a 50-50. What you can do for that? Number one, self-awareness. You should know about yourself, what are your requirements and what the other person's requirements. We also call it in psychology emotional intelligence. I don't want to go in the detail of that, but you should know about your needs and the other person's needs. Second thing is setting the boundaries, which is very important. Yes, you are sharing your bedroom, you are sharing your bathroom, you are sharing your life, but still there are some boundaries. If you will not keep that boundaries, definitely, again, Allah create everything in hudud, in boundaries. It's important for you to understand, set the boundaries according to what you can take, what you can give. Third thing is managing anxiety. What does it mean? Like if you are like from a little while, if the wife wants to go to see the parents, if wife want to go to see the friends, if you want to go to see the friends, and if you have risk a little bit intimacy about that, I'm strongly recommending you just take a break from each other. The little small healthy breaks. You can go alone sometime with your friends, with your family, whatever. Everybody has a different scenario. I cannot say a very fixed rule, but everybody has their own resources they can do according to them, but not all the time. Okay, my husband is my friend, my wife is my friend, we all the time together. This is not healthy. This is because husband and wife cannot be friends. Sorry to say, our new generation, they are looking for that. They are always looking for that, and they are telling all that stories. I'm talking, this is about the new generation, not our generation, not back home. We were like a little different. But new generation, they want to be very open-minded. They want to be open. They want to tell everything each other. But as a human being, we don't have a capacity to take everything. I want there should be like a boundaries between husband and wife. When they are sharing their secrets, when they're talking with each other, they should know what they have to talk, because it's very important. Otherwise, the friends we can leave. If some problems can come, definitely we have like a pick and choose. But when the relationship, we should to focus with that, with those boundaries. Fourthly, respectfully. Give and take respectfully. If you are giving, if husband is giving some money to the wife, he should be very respectful. He should not tell here and there, I'm giving this much money, I'm giving this thing, I'm giving this thing. And some people I saw, in the public, they respect their wife a lot. But in the bedrooms, you cannot imagine what they're doing, and vice versa. Some women you will see very nice, very gentle, but whenever you will get a chance, oh my God, you cannot imagine how they're talking with their husbands. That's very important, mutual respect. Not only outside, not superficially, inside your bedroom, there should be a respect, giving and taking. And the last thing is own perspective, interest and priorities. Everybody should know that's the interdependence. Everybody should have their own perspective, their own interests, their own priorities. Then they should negotiate with each other. Yes, you should give something, I will give you something. You will take something, I will take something. If you will go with that, if you will discuss that, it should be like some type of like
Dr. Saima, we can't hear you. Sister Saima, we can't hear you.
I think her call got dropped.
Oh, okay. So we'll wait. Just a couple minutes.
I think it got disconnected. Yes, we were talking about the hello.
Yes, go ahead, Sister Saima. We can hear you.
Yeah. We need to set the boundaries. The most important thing that if we can say, if I can summarize this lecture, that for all the relationships, we need to set the boundaries. What we can do for setting the boundaries, what we are responsible for and what we are not responsible for. We should not hurt ourselves and the other person, because and not other people let us hurt, because it can create again imbalance. Then help create open communication and respect each other. If the boundaries are not set, love cannot grow in the marriage. That's very important to understand. If you will go with Sahaba's life, if you go your Prophet's life, you can see how they create the boundaries with their wives, with their relationships, and they have very successful marriages. Niceness can be taken advantage. We should be nice. I'm not saying we should not be nice, but the thing is that we should be not nice up to that level where the other people are taking advantage of us. That's important for us. We should understand. We should create the boundaries. We should create the homeostasis and the balance. Allah all the time talks about the balance. I hope it helps you. If you have any question, you can ask me. Whatever I say, it's because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the good things, and whatever the wrong things I said, it's because of me. Allah forgive me and accept all our efforts, because it was difficult for the sisters to come to get together and have listen all this lecture. Allah help us and give us the advantage what we can take it from this lecture. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Jazakallah khair, Sister. Jazakallah khair. We'll open the floor for the questions. So, sisters, if you have any, either you write it down or you can unmute yourself. Nabila, can you explain how to unmute? They can do that.
Yeah, sure. Sisters, if you have any questions for Dr. Saima, you can ask them now. Those who have joined through your phone using the conference call number, you can unmute yourselves by clicking *6 and ask your question. And those who have joined through the app, they can click the unmute button next to your name.
Assalamu alaikum. My question is how to deal with the narcissist personality.
Assalamu alaikum.
Doctor, yes, Sister, can you hold on? We have a first question. Sister, Dr. Saima, can you hear her? Did you hear the first question?
I think she got dropped again.
Okay, that's a little. I'm so sorry, sister. Just give me a second.
Hello.
You can take that question.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello?
I'm. Yes, Doctor.
Yeah,
We can hear. We can hear
I am
you.
here, but I think you muted me. That happened.
Okay. So you can just press *6 to unmute yourself.
Okay.
And then we can hear you now. So,
okay.
Did you hear the first question from the sister?
Yes, that was my question. If everyone will ask the question, then I will know that, because this is a very important question. I want to go in the detail, but if we don't have other questions, I want to have like a 3, 4, 5 questions, but I need to answer. Is this possible?
Yes, yes. All right. The sister next, she was asking something. If you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I like to ask, we keep hearing limit setting, boundary, but can you give like scenario or live example where we can understand where we are not setting the boundary or violating the boundary? Because it's a new term, a new concept, hard to grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I can read one question that our sister wrote. When does a woman need to seek professional medical help for her mental health issues? How can we encourage our women for marriage counseling?
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions, sister? You can unmute yourself by *6 and ask.
Assalamu alaikum.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want me to start all these questions?
Yes, we can hear you. Assalamu alaikum, assalam wa rahmatullah, sister. You can go ahead.
Okay. My name is Shakriya, and I just want to agree with the sister about 50-50. And sisters, that's what you should want for yourself, 50-50. And try to get that kind of in your home. Do you understand?
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. So I had a question. So say your boundaries and things and self-respect and mutual understandings have ended in a relationship. Like, what is the next step?
Excuse me, can you say it again? What you said, the friendship?
No, I'm saying your mutual respect and your boundaries and things like that have been crossed at that point. Like, what do you suggest as your next step in a marriage?
Okay.
Okay, sister, you can ask if anybody has anything. Otherwise, she'll start answering in the sequence.
I have a question. That one is when one person is not ready to go for counseling and one party is, so then what we should do?
Should I start it?
Yes, you can start.
I think there's like enough questions.
Okay.
We have, I have like 10 minutes. I will try to cover all those questions.
Sister, there's one person just wrote one. I'll give you this one and then you can start, Dr. Sama. All right?
Yeah.
So, okay. How can I get it across to my elderly in-laws to respect our time and space by not showing up at our house?
Okay.
Without enough notice or giving us just 5 minutes notice.
Okay, I'll try. We have, I think, 10 minutes or 12 minutes. We have 10 minutes, right?
No, we have enough time. We will be wrapping up around, we have half an hour actually. So go ahead, take your time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me then start with the first question. That the sister, she asked me how we should deal with the narcissistic personality disorder. Sister, unfortunately, it's very difficult. It's not easy. This is the most difficult case comes in my practice, and I know it's a difficult thing. But we are giving the counseling for the people who are living with narcissistic personality disorder. Unfortunately, these people, they are not agreed to take the counseling. They do not understand what the narcissism is, and they feel like that they are like everybody is obliged to do the good things for them. This is very difficult scenario, but Allah never create anything which does not have any resolution. The thing is that person, the other person, if the wife is narcissistic or the husband is narcissistic, I think you talk about the husband when husband is narcissistic. You should create that. I'm just giving you a little example of that, not in the detail because we have less time. Because this is like almost we need a year sessions to tell the person who is living with narcissistic or the person who already have the narcissistic personality disorder, but he is willing to take the counseling. This is like a personality disorder which need to be addressed by the counselor, by the therapist, by the psychologist. But unfortunately, this person will not do. At home, you are in a miserable situation where you have to deal with that. You have a kid, you have a family, you have a values, and you love this guy. That's the important thing. You love this guy. Just treat like him he's a sick person, and try to create whatever give him irritation. If he wants to talk to you, if he wants to say my way is right way and you feel like in a different way, try to do something behind him. Not everything like in front of him. Initially, you know that we have to create the relationship. If you are just getting married, initially he has his own weaknesses. You have your own weaknesses. Try to compensate with his weaknesses. Try to create that friendship. Like sometimes in our siblings, we have some sibling is a different and we are different. Try to create that thing. Try to find something which he likes to do it. If you will try to create your confidence on him, then he will be willing to listen to you that we need to go to the counseling. Then let the therapist talk to him about his narcissism because he is not going to listen to you. Just make it possible that he can go there and he can listen, and then you can go with the homeostasis and you can go with that balance. But if he is not willing and you are not successful, then you need to take therapy to understand that how you can go with him and how you can take care of that narcissism, how you can deal with that, and he can come at some point, he can come for the therapy. I have a few couples. The guy was having that narcissistic personality disorder, and one woman has it. It takes me long to bring him in the counseling, but when he came, he understood that, then he tried to change it. The important thing, these people, they don't know that they have this problem. Your thing is that to realize him, try to understand first, and then try to realize him in a nicer way. Then there is a little chance. Otherwise, you need to take the therapy and let the psychologist help with that. Narcissistic personality disorder. I cannot go in the detail because then you will become a little confused. Because we need at least I told you a year to deal with that problem, because it seems like he's only an angry person. He has he's up and down. He just feel like that. Mother used to listen to that, sister listen to that, but the wife is coming from a different home where she saw husband, the father and the brothers, they are having raised in a different scenario, and they don't have that problem. Then at that time problems created. But as a patient, as being a nice person, and because I want to live in that relationship, that's why I need to change myself. I need to do a little few things, small little gestures, and bring him at that point where he can just go to the psychologist a few times and let him to read some type of articles about. Don't say you are narcissistic. Just feel like that. Talk indirect. Oh, my friend husband has this, and I had this, and my cousin has this thing, and let him. Maybe he is not aware of that. Let him aware, and then you can go further with that. Second question is you asked me the limit and the scenarios of the boundaries. Yes, this is very important. I have a woman, she's all the time doing everything for her husband. She's taking care of her in-laws, and all the time she's she raised here, but she has, mashallah, very good values, but she's giving and giving and giving. At the end, she's just broke. And at that time, when husband really understand that, she needs it, because she did not know about herself what she needs. Unfortunately, creating the boundaries, the problem is the person who is very submissive, who is very obedient, who is very taking care of everything. That person doesn't know what he or she really wants it. First of all, again, self-aware about yourself. And go with that thing, a small personality test. I give in a few of my lectures. If anybody is like that, I am okay, you are okay. You should go with that. Give him that few things, and then think about yourself too. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to feel it, you are a human being. You are not super human being. And if you will start like, I give the example of that thermometer. Thermometer, if you have like your temperature is 100, oh, it's a worst thing. But if you have a 0, it's a worst thing too. If you come in the middle of that, you have 30, 40, when it come up till 40, then you need to talk to your husband, you need to talk to your wife. That's very important. If you will not talk at that time, and make sure, talk in a respectable way. And do not talk at that time when you are angry. Talk in a time when you feel like relaxed. If you have upset your husband and you feel like that, your in-laws, your other people, they are crossing that boundary, talk to your husband. But do not talk when he's coming back from the office, when he was in the argument with his siblings, when he is thinking something else, when he is relaxed. Sit and have a tea together, and let's talk up to that level where you feel he can take it. Don't give the bombardment of everything at that time. You should be very vigilant in the relationship. The people who are vigilant, they know how to take care of their husband, their kids. And same thing, if you know how to create the boundaries between you and your husband, you will definitely learn the same thing with your in-laws. You will definitely learn with your kids. Today, your children are your children. But soon they are going to leave you. So soon these arguments are going to convert between you and your kids. Before that, it was you and your husband. He was taking advantage of you. But after a little time, the kids are going to take advantage of you. You are not realizing right now. That's why it's important for you to understand today. I have example like one of the women, she came, she was doing everything and she never spoke about herself. And when she broke up, she has like a major depressive disorder and that she ended up in the hospital. At that time, when I took care and I told her husband, he came in the therapy and then we talked about that. And husband didn't know that what he was doing, unfortunately. And she thought he knows, but he is doing that. But this poor guy, he didn't know that. When he came to therapy, he realized that. Then he changed himself. Right now, alhamdulillah, they have very balanced life. Give and take, give and take. He's taking care of that. It took like 6 months for him to realize that thing and apply those things because human beings, they need a time. It's not like some pill. We just give some pill, I give you a Tylenol or the edible and you feel better. Your headache is gone. It's not something like that. These are the behaviors which are in your genes, which are in your neurotransmitters. We need to change that. Unfortunately, most of people, they don't understand the counseling, the purpose of the counseling. That's another question. I'm trying to cover that question too, because we don't know what is the psychology. In back home, we used to talk. We have the family system. We have the elderly people who understand us. We understand them. And definitely we have the good friends who right now nobody has the time. And as we are going for the other problems to see the doctors, we need to see the therapist, counselor, and the psychologist on like a regular basis after 6 months, after a year. But unfortunately, because our society, this is a stigma of our society, if we will go to the psychologist and we have to keep our secrets with ourselves, we are not allowed to talk outside. We have to break the stigma. We work so hard. There are so many things are going on. There are YouTube videos are coming about the mental health stigma, and a lot of people, a lot of generation are suffering because of that. If your husband doesn't understand, most of the time, male part of our society, especially from India, Pakistan, and raising in America too, they don't understand the value of the counseling, value of the therapy, value of the psychology. But everything goes with the psychology. Even sometimes I said, going in the heaven or the hell, it also goes with the intentions. Intentions come from your brain. What is happening in your brain is your psychology. Why Allah created Quran in the 22 years? There are so many billion reasons, but one of them which I understand that because everybody has a different psychology and people are used to live in a specific way. To change them, they need a time. The same thing with a therapist, with a psychologist. Unfortunately, the woman, I have that experience, if the people, they are willing to come and they understand some time of counseling, they are not patient. They want to resolve their problems in 3 months, 6 months, and they don't want to pay the money. They don't want to give their time. They want to resolve their problem right at that moment. And this is not possible. As Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was the best counsel, best preacher, best prophet. He is best human being. He's the ideal thing. and he was teaching Quran, and angels were helping, Allah was helping him. Still, it needed like a 22 years because Allah understands us. Allah understands our psychology. Allah created us. That's why it takes a time. We need to understand, number one, what the counseling, what the therapy, what the psychology. Secondly, we should understand that it needs a time. Because I told my patients, if you are bringing up that problem, and if you are like 22 years old, please give me 22 months, not less than that. Because whatever is in your brain, it's like engraved. Story is written. I have to erase that story, and I need to rewrite that story. They're the two big problems. Number one, the stigma. Number two, when they come for the therapy, they want to like feel in that way. It should be done right at that moment. It's not possible. Again, it's a human psychology. And Allah teaches us in that way. You know that there's a lot of example in Islam when they were talking about one time a woman, she wanted to take a divorce. Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu Ta'ala, he said that you should stay in that garbage, those things for a few days. If you are okay, then we can do that thing. He didn't make the decision at the right that moment. Same thing with the therapy. It's a slow process. Don't go with the medication unless it's really needed. Just go for the therapy, just for the counseling, and trust me, a lot of the problems has been solved. I have a case like a girl, the daughter, she was like a white guy, and she wanted to have like a relationship, and she was okay with the what type of the sexual relationship, and she didn't want to get married with the like a Pakistani guy. She came to me, mom was very upset, and after that, alhamdulillah, we worked on that, and right now she has a good life with good kids. I'm just giving you an example. In the same way, husband and wife, husband used to put some cigarettes on her wife's body, and he was like psychologically sick, and they have a problem. They have like 3 kids. They came for the counseling, and alhamdulillah, with the passage of time, they recovered, and now they have a good life. But again, for me to say this thing, it just take a second. I can say this thing in 2 seconds. For me to apply it, I need more than a year. That we need to understand that. First of all, convince your husband, convince yourself first, and then convince your husband, not in a convincing way. Oh, you have a problem, we have a problem, let's go there. Give them an example, bring them at a homeostasis stage, bring them the therapeutic relationship. We call it a therapeutic relationship, where he can listen to you. I see a lot of women, their husband was very stubborn. They did not wanted to come for therapy. They didn't want to come, but they brought her. Because they worked so hard, I told them what they have to do, like a little by little, little by little, little by little. You have to sacrifice for 6 months. You have to sacrifice for a year. If you will feel like that, I have to sacrifice for the rest of my life, it's difficult. But if you will decide it's only for the moment, like 6 months, it's easy for you to adopt it. That's why you need to understand what the counseling, what the psychology, what the psychologists, how they can help you. And the other thing is that you need to be go see 1 or 2 or 3 therapists. Don't go with the one therapist, because personality need to be reciprocate each other. Because some people, they understand your culture. Some people, they don't. I'm not talking of the Desi or the Americans. Some Americans are excellent. My therapist was American. She understood, and I changed my career because of her. And she was excellent. It's according to your personality. Most of the therapists, they understand your culture, and they work hard with you, and definitely things are going to be changed. But let me tell you one thing. Right now, pay for your therapy. Spend your money, spend your time, because these 2 precious things for your life, for your generations, for the rest of all those years. Right now, a year seems like very difficult. Right now, like a month seems like a very difficult. Right now, it's difficult for you. Rather than making a houses for your kids, rather than making a lot of jewelry, rather than buying the expensive dresses, rather than spending money on the other stuff, going back and forth Pakistan, please pay for your therapy and see the good therapist. If you don't like one therapist, go the second, third, and fourth. If you are comfortable, then start. Listen to that therapist. I told my patient, if you will listen to me 100%, you will get benefit 100%. That's my promise. Because I am very passionate about my profession. If you listen to me 70%, 60%, 40%, if you will listen to me 20%, definitely you are going to get 20%. That's you. It's not me. If you will give me something, I will definitely give you more than that. That's important for us to understand that, because it's very important. It's an important part for not only for you, for your husband, it's also important for your kids, because we are raising these kids in this society where a lot of problems are coming, and we are not. That's a sudden shift. This is not only pandemic is a sudden shift, this life is a sudden shift. I am facing one problem today, tomorrow I am going to face the next problem because now Allah is wrapping up the stuff. No, it's not an age of years and years back. This age is very fast. The communication is very fast. Everything is very fast. We need to understand what we have to do it. That's very important. The other question is, I think I answered that question. Mutual respect. Counseling, I talk about that. Yes. I think the one question is like one of the sisters, she has a privacy and she knows that she wants her boundaries, and unfortunately most of people, they don't understand that. Again, the values and Islamic values and cultural values, they are the two different things. Unfortunately, in the families, people, they don't understand that. They feel like that the cultural values are our Islamic values. This is our right as a human being. We need a privacy. It's very important for us to understand that we need a privacy. If your in-laws, definitely they are coming from back home. They don't understand. Because remember when we were, I don't know about the audience. Definitely you are a young guy, but I still remember when I was little, my uncle, my aunt used to, without telling, without any cell phone, without anything, they just showed up at our homes. And the same thing they are trying to apply here too. Unfortunately, if you have a good relationship with your husband, if you can nicely tell them, if you can just say that, okay, we are coming to your home, let's create that boundaries, not in saying them that a boundaries. Try to create the friendship. After the friendship, if you have that relationship, then you can tell your sister-in-law, who is more understandable. If you want to talk to your mother-in-law, don't directly talk to her. If she will listen to you, then you can talk. If your father-in-law, he is more like amicable, he can understand you, then talk to him a little bit, little by little. Don't go very fast. Oh, I need this time, I need this time. Don't become very stubborn. Work on that. As earlier I told you, psychology. It needs time. Just take a time and make a plan to apply some one rule at your home. And maybe you can feel like some peacemaker at your home, your sister-in-law, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your brother-in-law, or maybe you can talk to your husband. He understands his family more than you if he can talk in a better, nicer way. Don't just jump in, because definitely you are going to see each other. You have the relationship. If the dadi is coming, if like a dada is coming, definitely they have a relationship with your kids. If your kids will see you doing the stuff in that way, trust me, they will go further with that. They will not understand why you want to do it. And also try to tell your kids too. They should respect your in-laws, but with that, if you are creating some type of boundaries, explain them. Because they are kids. Whatever you are doing, you are the role model. And definitely soon you are going to see the more problems than you. You have to create the intermediate role between your kids, your husband, your in-laws. And in this way, if you will create the boundaries in all the directions, then definitely you can get that, and then they will not come at your home. But try to understand their perspective. Maybe they don't want to give you a hard time, but they feel like that. They are raised, you know that there's a lot of example of Badus in Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's age at that time, that they took long time to like adopt those things, and personalities are different. As Hazrat Umar Farooq Radhiyallahu Ta'ala, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Radhiyallahu Ta'ala. When Hazrat Abu Bakr he just bring the Islam right at that moment. Because his personality was different. Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu Ta'ala, his personality was different. He took a little longer time. He was very ambitious. He was very aggressive. He was not listening at that time. But with the passage by passage, little by little, he went at that place where he accepted the Islam. There are a lot of examples of that. Some people, and if you will read the story, if you will read the books, you will see it. If you want to win somebody's heart, if you cannot win, at least you can create the boundaries. That's very important for you to understand yourself, what you want, and then your kids, your husband, and your in-laws. Try to deal with them according to their personality. Because otherwise, if you will just directly tell them, they will get offended. They will create more problems for you. If you will tell them don't come, they will come 2 times, 3 times, because they are getting offended. They feel like that, oh, this is our son's house. We raise them, we give them the food, we give them the money. They are America. We are provide day and night to them. They will go in a different direction. And you don't want to create the mess, definitely, sister. You understand your home is very important for you. If you want to create the homeostasis, if you want to create, and unfortunately or fortunately, if you want to take your husband's attention, if you want to take his love, try to understand him. If he is giving the importance, if he will give the importance, then you will, the power is distributed. Then the love is distributed. Allah loves sharing in everything. If you have a knowledge, if you have a wisdom, if you have a money, everything goes with the sharing. If you are sharing, if you are telling, if you are creating the boundaries for them, oh, this is their time, okay, you can go this, I can take care of my kids. But it will take time. Again, if you will decide today you want to create that boundary, just make like a project. Write the things what is needed, discuss with your therapist, and she will tell you the respectable boundaries you can create with a respectable way, with a respectable tone. And after that 6 months, you will see a big change in your relationship with your in-laws, and definitely they will not come in that way as they are coming. And another question, just time, counseling. I think I answered all the questions. Is there any questions which I did not answer?
I think you did most of them. Any sister, if you have another question, we can take one or two. If anybody has any more questions. You can unmute yourself by...
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, my question is, what tips do you want to give the parents or the kids as to how to choose their life partner, as the psychological cases are increasing in the new generation, and simultaneously the marriages in the unknown or strange families are increasing. So what the kids and the parents should see the red flag signs in a person?
Thank you very much. This is a very good question, because this is a huge problem going on.
Yes.
Huge problem. Because psychological issues are increasing day by day. There are the million reasons. I will not go in the details of those reasons, but it's like because we don't, as a lay person, it's not easy for us to understand. If you are going, I think, number one, kids, parents, and the society. Everybody should participate when you are choosing someone. Don't go with a one person, oh, kids, they like it. They are immature. They don't know what they like it. Unfortunately, a lot of divorces happen if the kids, they like each other. If the parents are choosing, still there's a divorce. If they both like it, still there's a divorces because of the psychological issues. If you are going to see someone, I recommend that everyone, first of all, you should need to know about your own kid. What is his priority? What is her priority? What is like number one, number two, number three, where he can absorb, which he or she can't absorb. Sometimes we are not paying attention. We will just feed, oh, this guy is like a educated guy. He has education. He's making good money. He's good looking. That's it. He's a good family. More than that, we cannot see it. Number one, we should know about our kid. Our kid has very ambitious. And if you are going to, oh, this guy is very nice, he never talks, he never did that, blah, blah, blah things, and they are going to get married. They have to stay together for a long time, inshallah, for the rest of their life. But unfortunately, we cannot see those things. If some guy is not talking, I wanted you to speak few times with that guy. Parents should speak and don't say, oh, this is a good rishta, let's go with that. Just spend a little time. I'm not talking about the dating. I'm talking of the parents and the child dating, and the parents and the parents dating. I'm talking about the families and families dating. And try to take a little time. Don't get very fast, and don't get oh, we have to do it now. In this state, you will just feel like something abnormal. Sometimes some kids, they are living in America, they're having a sibling, everybody's talking, but this guy is not talking. Definitely it's a red flag. Why he's not talking? You went there home 1, 2, 3, 4 times. He's talking on the phone, but he's not very communicative. Why he's not communicative? There's no anything like shyness in these days. Trust me, there's no any shyness. Everybody is watching pornography in their bedrooms. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what their needs are. Not clearly, but they know that. Then, if somebody is shy, And if you are going to see someone, if somebody is giving you like a hard time with a normal range of life, I'm talking of the normal. You should know what the normal. If anything is abnormal, you need to take the pre-marriage counseling. It's not only for the couples, it's also for the parents. And unfortunately, this is like a big dilemma in our society. Most of the couples, they are coming to me after divorce started. And then it's difficult for me I'm not taking any cases which already they are in the dispute and they are going to the court and divorce is happening. Because at that moment, it's very difficult for me to take care of those things. I'm begging everyone, please come to me before the marriage is going to be happen. It's not only the couple. I need to see the families too. If you will go proper marriage counseling, there are a lot of marriage institutes in a different state. ICNA is doing a lot of work on that, alhamdulillah. And then there is a different institute, U.S.A Institute. I heard like some other Sheikh Yasir Tadi, he's doing like a lot of stuff like that. I can see, I can smell around. There are a lot of things are going on. I wanted you guys to take the professional help before problems start. It will be excellent. For the marriage problem, it's not easy. Divorce, if somebody is determined for the divorce, they will take it. One time, two doctors, husband and wife, both were doctors. They came to me, and husband told me, convince me I can keep my wife and myself. And I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't convince you. You can go, take care of yourself. I can't help with that. Because I know he was determined. But if you will come to see me before the marriage is going to be happen, I can tell you the compatibility. I can talk about the chemistry. I can talk about so many things. Because again, as a lay person, it's difficult for you to understand each and everything. And the most important thing for you is your kids and their marriages. For their marriages, you need to go for pre-marriage counseling. It may be like a 6 session or maybe sometimes 12 sessions, not more than that. But if you will come after the problems happen, then it's like maybe sometime within 2 years, I can't solve the problem, unfortunately. Or maybe the things will happen towards the divorce. Maybe the people are coming just they want to be like a amicable divorce sometimes. Please, that's very important for you to understand. Take the help in this moment, in this era, because so much chaos is going on around us. At this time, the professionals need to be intervening in that and take the responsibility of that. As a professional, as a Muslim professional, we should take care of that we should go and try to provide that a proper counseling where our kids, our new generation, and the people who are already in the problem. Right now, I can feel it. My audience is everybody is like mad. I can feel it. Maybe there are other people who are going to get married, inshallah, soon. If they are listening, I'm very happy with them too, because they are listening right now, what the problems can come, what they have to take care, and how they can take care of that. That's important for us to understand. We need to take a help as a pre-marriage counseling, as a parents too. Not only for your kids, and whatever you can give as a dowry, give them the proper counseling before their marriage. You should take, other people should take, and they should come, and the therapist should see the couple, and because therapists can understand what you can understand within like 2, 3 years, 4 years. And alhamdulillah, because this is our job. If we will meet some person, we will understand a lot of things. I'm not saying 100%, but 60% and 60% is much, much better than that. You don't know anything. It's a good percentage to go further with that. I think I answered your question. If any other? Otherwise, I can conclude now.
So okay. I just want to ask one more thing. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
So when you're dealing with narcissistic personality, I got it that if the person is not ready to go, then other people like older kids, they all and the husband, they should all go and do their counseling, how to deal with it. So meaning that we should be acknowledging the way. Okay, that's the way she is, and that is the case, my way or the highway. So now you have to acknowledge everything, whatever this person is doing.
No. Don't take me wrong. I'm not saying that acknowledging it, because you will learn with the counseling that how you can bring him or her in the counseling. You will learn it, deal up to that moment. Maybe some person, it will take like a year to come for the counseling. When he or she will come in the counseling, then he will ready to go in that direction. Then some people take 6 months, some people take, everybody, it varies. But I am telling you for that thing that you need to be go with that you need to be understand first how to deal with that person, to bring it, not acknowledging that, not at all. Don't say that, oh, you are a good person, you are excellent, you should stay like that. I'm not saying that. That's why I did not answer in that, because it's a very complicated. It's a very complicated.
Okay.
It is like only for narcissism I need at least like 3 hours.
Okay. Okay, I got it. So can we ask you where are you located?
Yes. Can you repeat? Can you repeat the question? Do you want? What do you say?
You're asking
No.
me?
She is just asking where you are located at. We are putting in the chat, and we also have a slide, if you can see, with Dr. Saima Sandhu's contact information, and you can tell also, Dr.
I also have my YouTube channel, and I talk. It's in Urdu, but after like a few, I think next is going to be in English too. I talk about little small things. It's only like a 5-minute talk, 6-minute talk, and I just try to cover up the little few things which can help you, like a little tip about these problems for your kids, for your marriage. If you are going to see some guy, if you are going into the relationship, how you can take care of your in-laws, joint family system. And I spoke a little bit. I have I think more than 100 videos there, and these are small videos. You can see it there, and if you have a question, you can ask me. You can email me. Definitely, you are going to get my email address, and I will try to get it back to your questions. And please write ICNA Matrimonial, because then they will send me. Otherwise, my office will send you the bills. I'm so sorry for that. You don't have to pay, but just write ICNA Matrimonial. Then they will not send you the bill. Directly, it will come to me, and I will respond.
Yes, you can some sisters asking for your email address. Should we just get the email at our address, or and then forward it to you, or do you want to say your email address, Dr. Saima?
It's on my website. If you will go on my my YouTube channel, if my video is just finished after that time, you can see my phone number, my email address. I will tell you NTC Clinic, and let me tell you NTCLINIC53@gmail.com. And please don't forget to write ICNA Sisters Matrimonial. Yes, please.
Yeah, whenever either you're texting or you're emailing her, just write ICNA Sisters Matrimonial, so she specifically knows where you are coming from.
And then you will not charge.
Jazakallah, Dr. Sandhu. And you can look up her thing, Dr. Saima Sandhu. She's in New Jersey area. So if you put that in Google, her website is there, and all the contact information is on her website as well. And we are also
on the Google. Right. Yeah, Google my name, Dr. Saima. You have to write doctor, because otherwise there are few Saima Sandhus too. Dr. Then Saima, SAIMA, last name SANDHU. You will find me there. There's a Google. There's and I also want you should give your feedback on the Google too. If you have any question, you can ask me there, because in this way, the good thing is that if you will ask me question there, other people can also see it. I don't have to answer everyone. And it's very that's why I started making these videos, because people have small questions, and a lot of people are getting benefit out of that. I just started for my patients. I said, maybe 50 people, 40 people, and right now it's more than thousands. And I really like it, how it, one small question helps the 100 of the other people. And if you have anything personal, then you have to email at NTC Clinic, very personal, and you don't want to tell other people. And if you cannot make any other ID, then you can ask me separately on this email address.
Inshallah. I guess that's very good. Jazakallah. I think all the questions, alhamdulillah, you answered them, and we can conclude our program. And we also wrote your email address in the chat. So if anybody wants to look, and again, you can always, Google Dr. Saima Sandhu in New Jersey, USA. Her website and all the contact information is in there. And if somebody still wants to go through us directly instead of putting in there, then our Gmail address is icnamatrimonial2020@gmail.com. We'll write that in chat too, and it's also in our flyer. So if anybody wants to go through that channel, we can forward to her email as well. So I guess inshallah ta'ala we can conclude our program.
Yeah.
Jazakallah
Give me a
khair.
sec.
Yes, please go ahead.
Give me a second.
Sure, go ahead.
I just want a favor from everyone, if you can. I'm not pushing like any favor. I just want to remember me in your prayers. I will try, but I want it. You should remember me, that Allah make me easy, everything easy for me to go towards the Jannah and accept all our efforts, and all the time my intention should be Him, not anything else. Thank you very much.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair, Dr. Saima, for your motivating and inspiring talk and answering all the questions from our audience. A special thanks from ICNA Sisters Matrimonial team that you took your time off from your really busy schedule these days, as you told us. And Jazakallah khair to all our audience for attending this session. May Allah help us, guide us, and may Allah help us get through this pandemic safely and gracefully also. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. جزاك الله خير for everybody.